Hey guys, so I'm gonna be doing a little nightly flip through. I haven't done one at night before, but you guys have been asking for a flip through of this book, so I'm trying to get it out as soon as I can. So I'm gonna be doing a little walkthrough of this newest book. It's my color by number fairy houses book, and I haven't actually done a color by number in a while, but I promised you guys I would be doing them more often than I had been in the past, so here it is. So I did a fairy houses book, and you'll see when we get into it that it's not just houses, it's also the inside of the houses too, which is, I think, unique. I know a lot of the fairy house books tend to just have the outside of the houses, and I noticed they're not really color by number, so that was another positive factor of this book, is that it's color by number, makes it stand out, because there are a lot of fairy house books out there right now. So I always add a color chart in my color by number books, and I add my chart that I use to fill in all of the pages, but then I also give an option for you guys to make your own. Like maybe you have a light pink specific color in mind and you want to write down that specific color. And I also give a space for you guys to color in like these little bubbles if you want. I also add on every single page in the back of each page the chart as well, so you can follow through without having to flip back to the original color chart. All right, so I try to make all of these numbers legible, but I wanted to make sure that they kind of blend in once you color them, so that's why they're like a light gray color. I think that they're all pretty easy to read. I make sure that they're not too small. And I also didn't want to have too long of a color chart, so my color chart is only 19 colors. I think other color charts are a bit longer, and I think it's a bit more confusing when they're longer, so I just kept with the basic colors. And I made sure that there was a large variety of different kinds of houses. So like some houses are themes, and some houses are just kind of more regular but have like a little whimsical touch to them. This is like one of my favorite pages. It's so cute. So like I said, I also did interior pages as well. There's kind of like sprinkled out throughout the book. I think there's like 8 total. I just uploaded these to Etsy, so you can download these images on my Etsy printable shop if you guys are into digital downloads. So I have it separated where you can buy the outside exterior houses, and then you can, as a separate listing, you can buy the interiors. So if you wanted it just separate, you can just do the interiors if you wanted. I think I will later in the kind of far future-ish do an all interiors book, because I really enjoyed making them, and I think they all like turned out pretty well. This is another one of my favorite pages, but it does take a while to do, and you have to figure out like a lot of the way things sit in a room is kind of complicated. So I will definitely be taking a break and then maybe doing that book in the future as like an interiors one. This one's really different. It's kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of like New Orleans or like New York or something. And like I said, I did, themed ones. So this is like a teapot, and then you have a little teacup planter. Some of these are more detailed than others, so that you get like a nice variety when you're coloring. I also made the line art on the thicker side so that when you color it, it will be easy to stay kind of in between the lines. I do not shade my color by number books because I think it'd be too confusing. So that this is like the only type of book that I don't shade. I do add like smaller lines and stuff for accents, but I don't add any gray shading. So mushrooms. I think I have like 2 mushroom houses. The other mushroom house is the cover page. I also really like this page. This one is in the back of the book. It's colored, so you can see how it looks like it's how it would look when it's colored. I figured out like a new system for the color by number ones, so that's why I'm starting to make more of them. Because before, my very first time making it, it took way too long, and I did not think I would ever make another one because of how long it took, but I figured out a new system, so it doesn't take me as long, so I'm willing to do these. Because it is a lot trying to plan out where every single color goes. In the beginning, I didn't actually color them. I just kind of like visualized it, but that was way too hard. So now I'm starting to color them first, and then I add in the numbers. So it does take a hot minute to do, but it's definitely worth it seeing it colored. And as I go through, I always end up finding like smaller mistakes, like because the color by numbers, again, are pretty hard to do still. So you will see, especially if you buy my books like right as I first publish them, there may be a mistake or two that I end up fixing later on. Nothing too crazy. I mean, maybe I missed a spot here or there, but I really do try to fix them, like go back and fix it. Because it's just an added step when you add the numbers, and it makes it a little bit harder to get everything all good in one go. Oh, this is another one of my favorite ones. It's like a little boot house. And then a cake house with little ice cream trees. Oh yeah, and the other thing, okay, so I think this book is really unique for a lot of different reasons. First of all, being a color by number fairy house book, because I think there's so many fairy house books out there right now. One being that it is color by number makes it different. 2, it's not AI. So if you're new to my work, I hand draw everything. I will never ever use AI to assist me in making art. And so this is color by number and it's not AI, but I also include the pages without numbers too. So it's kind of like 2 books in one. So you'll see I included every single page and it doesn't have numbers. So in case you don't like the numbers, like they get in your way and you just want to use it as reference, you can do that. Or if you messed up on the first page, this is like a backup. Or you can test out your own colors. You can kind of see how I did it, and then you can like test out your own. I think there's a bunch of different reasons why you would want to have the non-numbered pages along with the numbers. I've had quite a few people say that they like having both. I'm not sure like if a kid was using this book, I'm not sure they would mind, but I think it's more of an adult preference, like having that as an option to have both types of pages. On Etsy, I will be creating them as like separate listings, so you will be able to buy the non-numbered pages on Etsy as a download. I haven't uploaded that yet, but it will be available in like the next day or so. I also didn't include a border around my images. I am slowly getting rid of that. I think I'll only keep it whenever I feel like it's necessary, but for the most part, I like it without the border. I don't know if a whole lot of you guys like to use up all of your markers and stuff coloring in the background. I mean, of course you still can on these pages, but I think majority of you guys don't end up coloring the background, so it's kind of a preference thing. Also, I'm able to make the pages, like the images, a little bit bigger because of that. So this book is 60 pages total. There's 30 numbered pages, and then there's 30 identical non-numbered pages. That's why this book is a little bit more expensive on Amazon, because you get 60 pages total instead of just the regular 30. I am gearing up for the holidays for sure. So after this book, I think I'm pretty much gonna be working on like just holiday stuff. I am gonna try to get my holiday stuff out really early because I am gonna go on a long vacation in November and plus somewhat of December. So I will be out of commission starting then. So I am trying to get all my books out. We'll see how many I get done. I have a lot of ideas, but I don't know how many ideas I'll be able to do. The holiday books are a lot of fun to do though. We are almost at the end. So I also always include a bonus page in the backs of my books. This one is from my only other color by number that's like regular images. So this is from Color by Number Gardens. And there are also 30 images of that, and then plus the non-number pages as well. And so I have 3 total now, 3 total color by numbers. The first one I ever did was the color by number floral mandalas. And then I kind of learned from that, and now I'm doing like images with color by number 2. So the gardens one and then now the fairy houses one are the only 2 that I have of like actual images. And then I have the information page in the back of the book too. So if you scan this QR code, you will get all of my social media links, all my stores, like literally everything. I also have a Facebook group, Instagram, and TikTok. The Facebook group is really great because we always give up to date, like whenever we publish a new book, you know, people are able to post their colored images to the Facebook group. So it's really great. The Facebook group is called Coloring Books by Alexandra Franzese and Joshua Dumber. And then I also have an Instagram and TikTok. So on Instagram, I try to feature you guys in my stories. And then of course you're welcome to tag me on both Instagram and TikTok. I am gonna be on Threads. I just created an account. So if you guys are wanting to get on that trend of being on a new app, I am also on Threads as well. We'll see how far that goes. Yep, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I will be doing a bunch of flip throughs on this channel. Anytime I release a new book, I really try to get out a flip through. I know you guys like cannot have it fast enough because as soon as I release it, I know you guys are wanting to see the inside of the book, but I try to do them as soon as I can. So anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and follow me on my different social media accounts. So, yep, thank you.